Hello Creative Gems, welcome to Creativdiy. Today we are going to make a very beautiful one-of-a-kind jewelry box using these hexagon-shaped frame mirrors I found at the Dollar Tree. To help us out with today's craft project, we will need some mini hinges. These ones are from Amazon and come in a pack of 50. Each hinge measures 18 millimeters by 15 millimeters when fully unfolded. They are pretty small and perfect for making our jewelry box today. If you would like to order the same hinges, I'll leave a link to my Amazon store down in the description box below. To begin, we'll need 3 of the hexagon mirrors. 2 will remain framed, and for the third one, we will simply remove the mirror from the frame and use just the mirror itself. You can put aside the empty frame for a future craft project. For the frameless mirror, what we want to do is adhere it to the back of one of the other frame mirrors. And if you watch till the end, I will be sharing with you some funny bloopers and outtakes from this project, which just shows you that although the end result of my craft pieces may look great, the process to get to the finished product is usually nowhere near perfect. Once the frameless mirror is placed face up, gently push down on it to make sure the glue secures the 2 mirrors together back to back. Then return the little tabs back into position to help keep the mirrors in place. At this point, I realize that the tabs are too dark, so I go in with a silver metallic marker to paint each tab. And while we work on that, I would like to take a moment to thank you for tuning in to today's craft project. If you enjoy Glam home decor and DIY crafts on a budget, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on any of my Glam home decor DIYs. And if you like what you see today, please give me a thumbs up as well. Your support will really help me continue providing you with more amazing and creative craft tutorials. And here is what the hinges look like painted with metallic silver marker. Make sure you return all 6 tabs into position to securely hold the mirrors in place. You take 3 hinges and 12 screws and set them aside. First, I take the 2 frame mirrors and place them back to back and then stand them up on one of the hexagon sides. Then I take the 3 hinges and place them evenly apart flat against the 2 frame mirrors. If you place them correctly, the hinges will cover the seam where the 2 frame mirrors meet. This is what the frames should look like once they are secured together with the hinges. Next, remove one of the frame mirrors and set it aside while you keep the other frame mirror standing up. Then use a marker to mark the holes for the first hinge. Then I take my hot glue gun and apply a small amount of glue on the back side of the first hinge so that we can place it into position on the frame. For this step, we only need to apply the hot glue sparingly to one of the back sides of the hinge. Leave the other half untouched for the time being. Then place the side of the hinge containing the glue onto one of the frames. Make sure you line up the holes according to the markings we made earlier. Then repeat this process for the other 2 hinges. Once the 3 hinges have their back side glued to the side of the frame, go ahead and screw the first set of screws into each of the holes. For this step, you will likely want to use a powered screwdriver rather than a manual screwdriver. The powered screwdriver does not have to be a heavy-duty one though, and in fact, the one I'm using is a mini cordless electric screwdriver that is only 4.1 inches, but it did the job just fine. Just remember to have it charged up before using it. If you would like to know which one I'm using, I will leave a link below in the description box to the exact one I'm using. Next, take the second frame mirror and set it against the first frame mirror. You'll want to position them so that the one that was glued to the back of the frame mirror is facing the other frame mirror. Once all three hinges are secured into place, test it out by opening up the frame mirrors to reveal the interior. For the top mirror inside, you should see there is a gap between the edge of the mirror and the frame. We will want to cover that up by using some rhinestone ribbon. Next, close up the two framed mirrors and turn it upside down and set the one with only a single mirror inside down onto your table surface, revealing the back. The back will then become the bottom of the jewelry box. We are now going to take 4 crystal knobs and turn them into feet for the jewelry box to give the box some height. These 4 crystal knobs were found on Amazon, and at the time of purchase they were only about $1 a piece. If you want to purchase some for your own craft projects, I'll leave a link down below in the description box to my Amazon store. The knobs are beautifully made, and when the light hits them, they glimmer and shine beautifully. You can see here that I have positioned 4 knobs so they form somewhat of a rectangle. If you want, you could use 6 knobs, one for each corner angle. But for me, because I'm trying to keep on my low budget, I'll only be using 4 for the legs. Once you know where the knobs will be placed, secure them into place with some hot glue. Or for a more secure hold, I would recommend using some Fix-All or E6000 instead. Once the legs are set, let's go back to the hinges we secured to the box earlier. You will recall the hinges I used were bronze in color, but in order to keep the silver theme, I've taken a silver metallic marker, the same one we used earlier for the little mirror tabs, and I've colored them so they have a silver finish. Next, we are going to take a silver ornament cap that has been removed from its holiday ornament, and we are going to smooth out the one end with a good pair of scissors. We will want it to be as flat as possible, as that will be set into place later onto the frame for our box as a little handle to facilitate the opening and closing of the jewelry box. For the other end of the cap, we will place a small diamond-shaped gem with the pointy end going inside the opening of the cap. To keep the two pieces adhered to each other, we are going to use a little bit of hot glue. To set this homemade crystal knob piece into place, use some hot glue or Fix-All to affix it to the top of the mirrored frame directly opposite to the end where the hinges were installed. This homemade crystal knob will become a little handle for opening and shutting the jewelry box. This is what the box looks like so far. And here I'm going to test out my work in progress jewelry box. The knob along with the hinges allows me to conveniently and easily open and shut the jewelry box. Keeping the box closed, we are going to embellish the top of the mirror box by applying some silver rhinestone ribbon along the frame. This silver rhinestone ribbon comes with a very strong self-adhesive backing, so no additional glue is required. The ribbon can also be cut to size and is very flexible. Make sure when you cut the ribbon that the ends are cut on an angle so there is a seamless transition around the angled corners. And if you would like to purchase the same rhinestone ribbon, I'll leave a link down below in the description box to my Amazon store where you can purchase it. And here's what the top of the box looks like with the rhinestone ribbon embellishment applied around the frame. Once the top is embellished, we are going to turn the box to its side and embellish the sides of the box with some clear flat back square gems. Here I'm positioning them along the side to see how many will fit. Looks like it will only fit 8 of these gems, so we'll need to cover up the ends where the frame is exposed with a bit of silver rhinestone ribbon, the same one we used earlier. To adhere the gems, you can use hot glue for a fast hold, but I'm opting for some tacky glue instead, as I may need to reposition the gems along the way to ensure they are all centered along the side of the frame. And once one side is completed, continue on the remaining 5 sides. Before we head over to the bloopers and outtakes, here's the final look for our mirrored jewelry box. The crystal knob legs really amp up the bling factor, and the gems along with the rhinestone ribbon absolutely glitters when the light hits the box. And here I am going to open up the box to reveal a few pieces of jewelry I placed inside. And once the box is open, you can lay the top mirror flat down so you have 2 surface areas to showcase your jewelry. Or when the box is closed, you can set your jewelry pieces, perhaps the ones you use more often, on the top mirror, just like I have done here. Up next are a few bloopers and outtakes from today's craft project. But first, comment down below and let me know what you think. Should I keep this box open or close? And make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on any of my upcoming Glam home decor DIYs. And if you liked what you saw today, please give me a thumbs up and check out my other Glam jewelry boxes and keepsake boxes. And as promised, here are some bloopers and outtakes from today's craft project. You can see here that I'm applying some Fix-All to the back of one of the frame mirrors. Then I'm placing the frameless mirror on top of it. But then oops, watch how I place the mirror upside down so the mirror reflection is actually facing the other mirror. At this point, I quickly remove the mirror before the glue cures. And now I'm left with a very sticky mirror. Good news though, all I had to do was immediately run some warm water over the mirror and gently rub off the glue with my fingers. I couldn't believe that I was able to remove all the glue. That was definitely a close call. And here I'm trying to use a pen to mark off the holes where the screws will go in to secure the hinges in place, but no ink was coming out, so I had to switch to a marker instead, and that worked. And here you will see I'm trying to squeeze out some tacky glue out of the bottle, but nothing was coming out. This glue bottle was more than half full, but I have to squeeze several more times. This glue is quite tacky, so it took me a while to get the glue to dispense. And here is one final look for our beautiful blinged out jewelry box after all the mishaps. If you got this far in the video, drop a note into the comment section with the words bling blooper so I know you visited today.